Hey guys! One of the things we gardeners do when it gets cold is to dream about next season. And one of my favorite activities when I should probably be doing something else is to go through the seeds I have. And this is the first opportunity I've had to do that. And oh my goodness, I think I overdid it this year. But what I wanted to show you were all the different ways in which I save money on seed buying. I'm a little embarrassed to show you my seed haul that I've been, I guess, purchasing since August. This has been a big year of dreaming of next season because, in case you don't know, I had back surgery in the middle of the summer. So my spring leading up to surgery and then the recovery period was a challenging gardening year. And so I went a little crazy with my seed buying. I'm doing great now, and let's go on to the fun part of this video where I show you what I bought and how I saved money on some of these seed packets. So one way I discovered you can save money on seeds is to buy your vegetables or flowers in packages that are marketed as microgreens. And these are not that much more expensive than a regular packet. These are red cabbage and microgreens of broccoli. And I plan to grow these into full-size plants. And then kale. So if you buy this, I don't know, I forgot how many seeds it said, but there's hundreds of seeds. And if you look up online, you will find that many of these seeds can last up to 4 or 5 years. I'm set for the next 3 to 5 years on growing this. I have hundreds of seeds this way instead of a package of 30 or 40. Or sometimes it's even less that you get. So one way to save money on your seeds is to buy in bulk and look for the microgreen marketing, because they're probably the same seeds. And then the second way to save money on your seeds is to buy from a company that likes to do clearance sales. And starting in August, if you're here in the US, or I'm sure you can purchase them from abroad as well, MI Gardener starts putting their seeds on sale in August. So by August, they're already looking to move some of their inventory because, of course, they want to sell fresh seeds for the following season. So I think these were half price starting in August, and they were only $2 to begin with. So that could be another tip. Choose seed companies that give you a low price for a package of seeds. And I think I have never had any issue with any MI Gardener seed. I think they've all grown beautifully for me, growing plants. Now, of course, growing from seeds in itself is a really economical way to have loads and loads of plants for your garden and to share with friends. So let me show you what I got on sale for MI Gardener. I probably did this in a couple of different orders, but I got red Reuben basil. I also like that they put this nice picture on here. It helps me with my fantasizing about next year, and it helps me show you what I ordered. So I got those. And I've gone a little crazy on winter squash seeds and pumpkin seeds. I just love to grow them. I think they look like magical vines until something comes and attacks them. They look so magical in the garden, and they grow well. They really do. They don't mind heat. So I got a cushaw, a green stripe cushaw squash. Isn't that beautiful? I've grown that in the past, and it's a really sweet, nice squash to cook. Of course, I got butternut. I always grow butternut squash. And I got a sugar pie pumpkin. I thought I could tuck in a couple plants here and there. And they're fun to have in the fall, just to set around the house. And it sounds like they're really good for making pumpkin pie. And then, oh, another pumpkin. I got baby boo pumpkin. I figure I could tuck a couple of these in here and there and maybe get some cute little white pumpkins. And then I really like to buy string beans, but I love to grow the yellow ones because you're less likely to miss them when you harvest them. So I really love to grow the wax beans. These are called Gold Rush wax bush beans. And for me, bush beans are the most practical space-wise. And then I also got dark opal basil. I love the colorful basils. They're really pretty in the garden, and they're also pretty in flower arrangements, and as well as being delicious. And I'm interested in growing tarragon, which can be a perennial. I think I might be borderline where I can grow it, but I'm gonna try it, and it says it's perennial, so we'll see if it makes it through my winters once I get it going. The other way, aside from growing seeds that you've purchased at the end of the season on sale and microgreen marketed seeds, you can also grow seeds that are marketed as cover crops. Now, this buckwheat here I will use as a cover crop, but my fava beans, they're really gorgeous in the garden, and their roots produce nitrogen nodules that really improve the soil anywhere they grow. So aside from being beautiful, they're also really good for the soil wherever you grow them. But this is a full packet, and last year I just bought a regular size packet. But if you buy it as a cover crop, you get loads and loads of seeds. I don't think it tells you how many there are. It might have told me when I bought it, but these are from Botanical Interests. And this brings me to my next point of buying seeds in an economical way, is to shop the seed companies that throw in free gifts. And one of those companies is Botanical Interests. And this is a thank you free seed packet. And they have sent me mesclun lettuce mesclun. So it looks like, it almost looks like a mix, but isn't that nice? So that was totally free when I ordered my cover crop seeds. So order cover crop or order microgreens, and you get loads and loads more seeds. And I think that other than the onion family, leeks and onions, I think only last 1 year. A lot of different vegetables last anywhere from 3 to 5 years from seed. You even hear some of these stories about squash growing from, fossils, the seeds that were in fossils. So you really can stock up and use these larger packets for a few years. So I'm thrilled with that. And then, of course, there's Baker Creek, which is pretty reasonable already. They're about $3 a packet. But they are one of the companies, first of all, they have great product, but they are one of the companies that with every order, I believe that's maybe $10 or more. I'm not sure what the deal is, but you don't have to order much, but you get a free packet. And I've gotten some very nice free gifts from them. I have a couple of free gifts in these piles because this is probably representing about 4 different orders, but they always throw in that package of seeds if you meet a very minimal threshold. This one looks good. It's reticule. I'm not sure how to say it, but another free lettuce packet. It also kind of gets you growing things that you might not ordinarily try. And it could be something that you turn out to love. Okay, so here's more basil. Looks like I got 2 different packets from them of the Genovese basil. Beautiful, big leaves and delicious. I also got a beautiful jewel marble eggplant. That looks really pretty. And I happen to love the blossoms on an eggplant plants. They're beautiful. They're usually purple, and of course the bees love it. I grew a squash this year called Center Cut. I actually overlooked picking one, and it turned into the most delicious winter squash. And this looks similar but bigger. This is called squash longanise, and it's a French variety, and it's a winter squash, and it looks like you get loads of squash meat. So I'm excited to try that. I'm gonna grow some cow peas, purple hull pink eye, just to have some nice cow peas to cook with. They're like black-eyed peas, but these happen to have purple hulls and then a pink eye instead of a black eye. Now I'm getting to a couple of flowers that I ordered. It seems like I went heavy on the veggies, guys, but that's okay. It's so expensive at the grocery store. Every time I bring something in, I know I'm saving money on my grocery bill here in America. Okay, here is a pansy. I'm gonna sprinkle these in pots. This one's called Celestial Blue. Looks gorgeous. Just gonna sprinkle these in pots around March when the ground will still be frozen, but as the ground thaws and the weather warms, they're gonna sprout for me. So I think I'll just do direct sow for these in containers. The same plan for my Viola Mini Heart Aqua. Look how pretty those violas are. So I'm excited to do that in containers, and I'll try the same, almost like a winter sowing. I could even sow them in February and they will sprout when the conditions are right. So that should work out great. Now here's another free gift, because like I said, I probably got this pile of seeds in maybe 4 different orders. But this is called Balm. Never grown this before. It's a Moldavian dragon head balm. So here's my free gift. Looks like floral. Let's see, it's an annual that's been cultivated for centuries. It's a minty lemony leaves and large purple flowers, so it's used in herbal tea. So this could be an interesting thing to try. Again, free with my order. Thank you, Baker Creek. And this is a horrible looking squash, but I read it's the most delicious squash to cook. And I love to cook squash in the fall and winter, and I feel like I have stores of food. I mean, it's kind of silly. It's kind of an instinct to have stores of food when you go into the winter, but these are nice winter storage squash, and they're supposed to be amazing. A lot like a butternut, and they look pretty big. So we'll see. This is called Galets d'Essines. I think sometimes it's known as a peanut squash because it looks like it has peanuts all over it. So that's an interesting one I'll tuck in somewhere. Sometimes I have to admit I buy a plant just because of the name. And that's what happened with this one. I do like to grow one type of pepper every year. This is called the lipstick pepper. And you can see why it's called that. They look like red lips, so I think that'll be fun to have. My husband asked if I would grow some watermelon. And I think the key with starting watermelon is not even to plant them until it gets really hot. So we'll see how that goes. That's Blacktail Mountain watermelon. This was a free gift, and I'm really excited about this because I want to add more to my garden. This is Salmon Janina Aster. This was another free gift from Baker Creek. Thank you, Baker Creek. I appreciate it as a returning customer. So that'll be fun. And then this I grew a few years ago, Gomphrena Lavender Lady. I have just a few flower packets in here. As you can see, I went heavy on the veggies, but Gomphrena is really a fun, easy flower to grow from seed. And the bees, of course, love it. This is Gomphrena Lavender Lady. And this, I love this. So, you know, if you watched my garden channel, you know how crazy I am about my ageratum. And it seeds itself all over the place, but I was roped into this red flint ageratum. And I think that is so beautiful. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm hoping it's as easy to grow as the blue ageratum, which just spreads itself all over my garden. And they grow really well in containers in the ground. They grow really well everywhere. And then I like to grow 1 or 2 varieties of coleus from seed. So I'm gonna grow that variety. And that is called Chocolacha chocolate green. So it's got kind of burgundies and chartreuse. And this is not Baker Creek, but this is another coleus I'm going to give a try. Premium Sun Dark Coleus. So I think this one is like a brown one. I thought that would be interesting. This is from Swallowtail Garden, and that I just ordered full price. That was not a freebie or a half price item, just something I wanted to give a try. So I have a couple new coleus. So definitely patronize those shops that'll throw in a free gift for you. Gets you to try some new things, and free is great. Now these I think are the only ones that I did not. Oh, these are M.I. Gardner. So I have a feeling these were also half price too. So this is called the M.I. Gardner Flower Collection. Some of you are probably breathing a sigh of relief that I've finally gotten to showing you some of my flower seeds. So M.I. Gardner has a flower collection, and I got a pincushion flower imperial mix. I think that's going to be really beautiful. A lot of people have recommended to me that I grow pincushion flowers. So I'm probably going to winter sow these in my greenhouse, but put them out, you know, when it's cold, and then they will sprout when they're ready. And then Dwarf Dazzler Red Cosmos. So I have grown, most of my cosmos I've grown are orange, but I thought this looked really pretty, and they're so pretty to have amongst your vegetables, of which I'm going to have a lot, as you can see. And Zinnia Cherry Queen. So I really love a dark red zinnia, and I thought that would be pretty. So again, I probably got these on sale too. They should have been in my M.I. Gardner pile, and it's a very pretty little package with the artwork. So those I will enjoy planting. And there were just a couple things that I got off of Amazon, and that was the New England Aster. I'm sure it was a good price, probably about $4, but I'm interested in growing more asters in my garden. They're a nice perennial. And then I obviously bought a basil collection from So Right Seeds. And sometimes if you buy things in a collection, it's a better price than just buying the seed packet by itself. So obviously I bought a basil collection. The Genovese, you can never have too much of that. Siam Queen Thai basil, and then opal basil. So I have all these basils. So, you know, look for collections, look for seeds sold as microgreens, look for seed packets called cover crops, see if it's anything you'd want to grow. Even if you want to grow a few of them, you'll have enough seeds for as many years as they'll grow. So guys, that is what I have. Oh, I have one more package from Eden Brothers, and this was not on sale. One of the few items not on sale or in a collection. It is Zinnia Seeds Purple Dream Mix, and this is there's no picture, but I just want to show you. It's from Eden Brothers, but it has reds, purples, and oranges, and it's a really pretty, almost jewel-toned zinnia packet. So I save a lot of my own zinnia seeds, but I was lured in by this combination, and I think that I can plant these together, this Purple Dream Mix and the Cherry Queen. So I'm gonna enjoy all these things. I'm a little embarrassed. I feel like I went overboard on my seed buying, but I bought them at the end of the season sales. I bought microgreen packets, I bought cover crop packets, and I bought from companies that threw in some free seeds. So, you know, those are some tips for seed buying, especially if you want to go crazy seed buying. I hope you're already dreaming of your next season garden, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me today.